Hey guys, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day today, whether you're watching this in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening. I'm glad you're here. If you're so inclined, please hit the subscribe button below, and if you like, hit the bell notification to be notified when I release new videos and when I have my live streams. Guys, we'll jump right into it, and this is a more in-depth review of the budget Volsteed Raccoon budget lock. I think when I reviewed this, I gave it one of the top 5 value knives, and I've seen a lot of videos and seen people that have had issues with their raccoon. I've gone back and spent a lot more time with mine, and I totally get it when you have multiple failures that there should be an issue that needs to be addressed by the manufacturer, and I feel like they will. However, my particular raccoon, which was purchased by Lefty and then sent to me to check out, has just been fantastic. As a matter of fact, just to get this out of the way, and again, I agree that locks should not fail when you whack them on the spine, but in my daily use, whether it be EDC use or hard use, I don't whack the back of my knives. But let's go back and talk about the Volsteed Raccoon. This knife, guys, is a very impressive specimen to me. I personally love the look of the knife. I love the fact that it's got this interesting kind of spear point, sheep's footy, nice belly and blade, and I like the satin grind on it. I like the little choil area that's more of a sharpening choil, but allows me to get up on the blade and use that trigger area there to really keep my hand locked in. It's got nice jimping. The jimping could be more jimpy, I guess you'd say, but for me, it's not one of those things that I let make or break me on a knife. It does have jimping. It could be more aggressive. Moving on, it is micarta handles. It looks like a canvas micarta, but it has a very linen-y feel. It's a very nice feeling micarta. Inset stainless steel liners with weight relief. I don't know if you can see those down there. Let's see if I can reach it. Light. But you can see that there's some good weight relief on both sides of those liners, making this a really light knife. I'm going to guess maybe 3.3, 3.4 ounces. And again, it could be 7 ounces or it could be 2 ounces. I have no idea. I'm just guessing. But it does have a reversible clip. And when you look at this clip, they've done everything right. This goes in and out of pocket great. It doesn't have a big lip here. It does have recessed hardware and a recessed clip that is fully reversible with the little clip plate there. So being a button lock, yeah, I would say it's pretty ambidextrous. I know that lefties sometimes have a little bit of issue with that button depressing, but this button is set down pretty nicely into the micarta. Metal Complex pointed out something I noticed in his video about this little stainless ring around the button that kind of makes it look a little finished. I would have never noticed that. Went back and looked at a lot of my different button locks, and I'll be darned if that isn't a pretty cool feature that I never noticed. But again, 14C, 28N on the blade. I got a coupon book in the mail today, my favorite thing. And the Volsteed, which has not been sharpened, has been tested by, I think I'm the third, maybe the second person to get a hold of it. and doing my best not to let it out of my collection, because when I gave it the top 5 or in the top 5 spot, I really enjoy this knife. I think Kevin had no problem with me hanging on to it, but I really think a lot of it. I think it's a great knife. I think in 2023 there's going to be a lot of button locks that come out. There are going to be a lot of knives that come out. There are going to be some awesome knives. I'm excited about it. I'm not saying this is going to be the end all. I'm just saying what a pleasant way to end the year with just a really good knife. A knife that has what I consider to be a very thin but hardy spine, nice flat grind that comes down to a very, very sharp edge, super slicey, super thin in hand, very neutral handle that fits my hand in a lot of different grips, a button lock that I feel is very, very responsive, has a nice, I feel, spring retention, which seems to be balanced pretty well between not failing on spine wax and not having lock stick. Just a winner. I was a little bit worried when I saw some of the different videos, and still think that sucks. I think anytime that there's an engineering issue, I know that knife manufacturers, that's the last thing they want. They don't want liability issues. They don't want people getting hurt. They don't want bad press. So I'm sure they'll try to fix it, but I didn't want everybody to run from these knives and think that every one of them was bad. Mine is not. Let's do a little size comparisons to see how this compares to some other knives that we might be familiar with. Cold Steel 4MAX, to which it's much smaller than. The Civivi Baby Banter, to which it is a good bit bigger than. The micarta on those two knives, the Civivi and the Volsteed, look very similar. Let's look at it next to the Benchmade Bug Out. Guys, it is right about the same size as the Benchmade Bug Out in length, which means that it is going to be smaller in size than my Paramilitary 2. So it's not going to be as thin as the Benchmade Bug Out, but it's definitely going to be right around the same length. I'm not even going to take out my Ben Peterson's NAFCO ruler and give you any measurements. I will put those in the description. I really just wanted to take some time, go back over this knife, kind of hopefully eliminate some fears. Not that there are not issues with some of the knives that are out there. There are at least 2 bad ones, and I'm sure there are more than that. But there are a lot of good ones too. Or I'm assuming there's at least one good one, because I got it. And I've talked to a couple of other people that could not get theirs to fail. Again, I don't know if that's something that could become a problem over time. I've flipped and flicked and played with this knife. Probably a good 500 flips, flicks, and closes. And again, no lock failure for me. Again, I, guys, 100% agree that any lock failure is too many. And I watch those locks fail. So I'm not saying that there's anything, except mine's a little different. I want to share my experiences with the knife. I was prepared to come out here and do a updated video saying, I overlooked something. This lock, when I played with it, was sturdy, but lo and behold, it's plagued by the same problems, but I haven't been able to get it to fail. So I felt like the least I could do was come out and do a video of one of my knives and the experience that I found when I tested it and what I think about it as a whole. Guys, I always appreciate when you stop by my channel. I'm humbled by y'all's interest in anything that I record. I'm stoked when you show up and hang out with me on live streams. I love it when you look out for the guy and gal to your left, when you look out for the guy and gal to your right, when y'all look out for each other, when you bind in the chat. when we see each other in Blade Show and it's like a family reunion, just remember, guys, keep loving your heart. Move forward with debate instead of hate. I love every one of you. Peace.